COVID pandemic taught us anything, it's to be prepared for the unexpected, and that includes our financial plan.
Well, Bernadette Joy is the founder of Crush Your Money Goals, a financial education company that helps people with their money goals. Hello, Bernadette, and welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So obviously, we were really hit with the unexpected in the past year and a half or so. I think the pandemic's effects really took us all by surprise, but it's a good reminder to be prepared. So your first tip when it comes to finances today is to carve out time to talk about money.
Yes. So when you're under money stress, it's easy to just think about it all the time, right? So instead, I often advise people to have a designated time every month that you know you're going to be thinking about, talking about your money, maybe having a conversation with a spouse or someone important to you, and that helps say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold off until I'm in a calm place, that I have the mind space to think about it and to be really calm during that situation. So for my husband and I, we have the same time. It's Sundays and at 5:00 p.m. every month, and that time we use to just focus on our money, get all the distractions out of the way, and stay really calm.
That sounds absolutely good. Just gotta stay calm and get stuff out of the way. All right, the next one you said is decrease the number of accounts that you have to track. What do you mean by that?
Yes, so when I've been working with a lot of my clients, I noticed that part of the reason they get so overwhelmed and stressed is because they literally have 100 things to keep track of.
Yes, they do.
Have you seen where it's like, why do you have 8 bank accounts for like one thing, right?
Yep.
So one thing I tell all of the people that I work with is let's figure out how to decrease the sheer number of things that you have to track. So for a small example, if you have a credit card bill that maybe has a low balance, pay it off just so you don't have to think about it anymore, and it's one less thing that you have to think about on a monthly basis. And if you can automate things where you don't have to physically pull out, your paychecks and like try to figure out how to make it work and just automate it, there's the sheer number of things that you have to track is a lot lower.
And quickly, how many accounts should we have?
So I tell people for bank accounts, I have no more than 4, and that's include for me and my husband. So we have a checking account for our monthly expenses. We have a savings account for emergencies. We have a savings account for things that we're doing for fun, like vacations, and then I have a business account.
Okay, and your last tip today is a hard one, but you say it's the most important one. It's to give yourself a severance plan.
Yes, so I'm old enough to remember 2008, and I remember being in HR and having to lay people off and tell them they didn't have a job anymore. But one point of relief was giving people a severance plan so they had a chance to kind of figure things out. So instead of waiting for your employer to tell you that they might be giving you some extra money if your job goes away, is to give yourself the severance plan. So I tell people save 30 days worth of your expenses so that even if you don't know what your next move is, you have 30 days to figure it out, and at least you know the roof is over your head, that your bills are paid, and that you have time to figure out what your next move is.
And all this stuff is really doable, and you have a number of people who follow you to go ahead and do these things.
Yes. So I run a company called Crush Your Money Goals. We're a financial education company. It's different from financial advising because I'm teaching people how to do these things on their own and build healthy habits, and not just about investing, about everyday money stuff.
Okay, well, you can follow Bernadette on Instagram at Bernadette Joy or visit her website, crushyourmoneygoals.com. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.